friends. Today I'm going to show you a tool that will help us understand numbers that when put together make 10. Before we get started, I want to review something that we learned last week. Who remembers what this is called? That's right, it's a 5-frame. The box is divided into 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's why it's called a 5-frame. What do you notice about what I'm holding? It looks like a 5-frame, but it has more boxes. Let's count to see how many boxes it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has 10 boxes. There are 5 boxes on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 boxes on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is called a 5-frame, what do you think this is called? That's right, it's a 10-frame. I'm going to show you some 10 frames now that have dots in them. And what I need you to do at home is I need you to count the dots, and then you're going to hold up the correct number of fingers to show how many dots are in the 10 frame. So let's get started. Here's our first 10 frame. How many dots do you see? That's right, you see 3 dots. This next 10 frame, how many dots do you see? 2 dots. Good job. You see 2 dots. How about this 10 frame? How many do you see? The first row isn't quite full, so that must be 1 less than 5 because we know there are 5 boxes in the top row. So if there's 1 box that doesn't have a dot, that means it's 1 less than 5. So that is 4. 4 is how many dots are in the first row. Now how many dots do you see? That's right, there are 5 dots. The whole top row is filled with dots. We know that there are 5 boxes in that row. Every box has a dot in it, so there are 5 dots. Good job. How many dots are on this 10 frame? That's right, there are 10. All of the boxes have a dot in them. All of the boxes are filled, so that means there are 10 dots because we know that there are 10 boxes. Good job. Now how many dots do you see? Show me with your fingers. 8. Good job. There are 8 dots. How many dots does this 10 frame have? Just 1. You probably didn't even have to count because you know there's just one single little dot. Good job. How many dots on this 10 frame? 7. That's right. There are 7 dots. Oh, did I surprise you? How many dots are on this 10 frame? 0. Show me 0. 0 dots. Good job. Okay, friends, this time we're going to go back through our 10 frames, and this time you're going to show me how many dots there are, and then we're also going to count the empty boxes. Okay, and we'll talk about that. Okay, first 10 frame. Show me how many dots there are. 3, that's right. Now let's count the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know there are 3 dots and 7 empty boxes. And when you put 7 and 3 or 3 and 7 together, you have 10 all all together. So 3 and 7 are parts of 10. How many dots on this 10 frame? That's right, 2. Show me with your fingers, 2. Now let's count the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 empty boxes. So 2 and 8 are combinations or parts of 10. Next 10 frame. How many dots are there? That's right, there are 9 dots. Show me 9 on your fingers, with your fingers. Okay, how many empty boxes are there? There's just 1 empty box. So 9 and 1 are parts of 10. Or we can also say they are combinations that when put together make 10. The next 10 frame has how many dots? 6, that's right, there are 6 dots. Now let's count the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would need 4 more dots to have 10 dots altogether that would fill the 10 frame. So that means that 6 and 4 are parts of 10. When you put 6 and 4 together, they make 10 altogether. Here's our next 10 frame. How many dots? That's right, there are 4 dots. Now let's count the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty boxes. So 4 and 6 are parts of 10. We would need 6 more dots to make 10 dots altogether. So when we put 4 and 6 together, that makes 10. How many dots are on this 10 frame? That's right, 5. The whole top row is filled with dots. We know that there are 5 boxes in the top row, so if every box has a dot in it, that means there are 5 dots. And that means there are 5 empty boxes because the bottom row has the same number of boxes as the top row. Let's count just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 5 are parts of 10. All right, how many dots are there? That's right, there are 10 dots. How many empty boxes are there? 0. There are no empty boxes. So 10 and 0 are parts of 10. How many dots do you see? That's right, you see 8 dots. How many empty boxes are there? 1, 2. So 8 and 2 are parts of 10. How many dots do you see? Just 1. Let's count the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 empty boxes. So 1 and 9 are parts of 10. We would need 9 more dots to make 10 dots altogether. So 1 and 9 are parts of 10. How many dots do you see? That's right, you see 7. How many empty boxes are there? 1, 2, 3. So that means that 7 and 3 are parts of 10. We would need 3 more dots to get to 10. How many dots do you see? 0. There are no dots in this 10 frame. But how many empty boxes are there? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 0 and 10 are parts of 10. If you have 0 and you add 10 to 0, you would have 10. So that means that 0 and 10 are parts of 10. Okay, friends, we're going to continue working on showing parts of 10. The activity that we just did will help us understand that 10 frames are tools that will help us learn combinations of numbers from 1 to 10. Today, your activity that you're going to do is using shapes and numbers, and it's this paper that I'm holding up right here. This is page 7. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to color the number of shapes the correct number. There's a phrase that tells you how many squares to color, how many rectangles to color, how many triangles, and how many circles to color. And then down at the bottom, you're going to practice tracing the numbers. Now I know we've done a lot of tracing and writing of numbers because we need that practice. So what you're going to do is you're going to trace, with the exception of 0, because 0 is nothing. You're going to just trace 0 one time. But you're going to trace each number, the number of times, to show the value of that number. So for example, you're going to trace each number 1 one time. You're going to trace each number 2 2 times. Each number 3 3 times. Each 4 4 times. And each number 5 5 times. So you're tracing the number, the number of times that shows the value of that number. Okay? So go ahead and start working on your activity for today, Tuesday. I'll see you soon.